Reliable 100% fiber internet, kaya ang sarap maging tambahay with Red Fiber.
After over a year of negotiations, media giants ABS-CBN and TV5 officially signed a multi-billion peso investment deal. In a disclosure to the Philippine Stock Exchange on Thursday, August 11, ABS-CBN says it is acquiring close to 6.5 million primary common shares in TV5, representing 34.99% of the total voting and outstanding capital stock of TV5 for 2.16 billion pesos. MediaQuest will remain as the controlling shareholder of TV5. ABS-CBN will eventually have the option to acquire more shares of TV5 8 years from the issuance of the convertible note, but it can increase its equity in TV5 to no more than 49.92%. Both companies will use TV5 as the broadcast platform, as Congress denied ABS-CBN a franchise during the Duterte administration. Prior to this deal, ABS-CBN used block time leasing deals to air its popular shows on TV5. TV5's sister company Signal Cable Corporation will acquire a 38.88% stake into ABS-CBN's sister company Sky Cable Corporation for 2.86 billion pesos. The companies also executed a debt instruments agreement, which gives Signal Cable the option to acquire additional Sky Cable shares equivalent to 61.12% of the outstanding capital stock of Sky Cable 8 years from its issuance. The Department of Education, or DepEd, lacks around 91,000 classrooms for the school year 2022 to 2023. DepEd Undersecretary Epimaco Densing III says figures come from the department's survey conducted among their regional offices. To address the lack of classrooms in time for the opening of classes on August 22, Densing says the DepEd will implement class shifting schedules and build temporary spaces. DepEd will also partner with the private sector and local government units to use basketball courts and tents as temporary learning spaces. In a joint briefing of the DepEd and Office of the Vice President on Wednesday, DepEd spokesperson Michael Poa says their current data shows areas in Metro Manila and Calabarzon are still at the student classroom ratio of 68:1. Densing says the DepEd is fast-tracking to solve the potential shortage, but confirms the opening of classes on August 22 would push through.
Need more context, clarity, and perspective? Get the full picture with Rappler Plus. With exclusive content and events, you'll get an opportunity to discuss issues with reporters, experts, and featured guests while helping Rappler continue its fearless journalism. Join now.
Malacanang denies President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. allowed the importation of 300,000 metric tons of sugar, despite a document from the Sugar Regulatory Administration, or SRA, supposedly showing otherwise. The SRA's Sugar Order No. 4 shows Marcos approved the importation as refined sugar prices soared to over 100 pesos per kilo. But Press Secretary Trixie Cruz Angeles says Marcos rejected the proposal to import sugar, and the signature on the document is not the president's. The document appears to be signed on behalf of the President by Agriculture Undersecretary Leocadio Sebastian. The Department of Agriculture and the SRA have yet to respond to queries regarding Malacanang's denial. The SRA partly blames high sugar prices and lower sugar production on residual effects of Typhoon Odette, which struck in December 2021, and rainy weather in the past months. Philippine sports icon and track legend Lydia de Vega dies on Wednesday, August 10, after a 4-year battle with breast cancer. She was 57. In a social media post late Wednesday, De Vega's daughter Stephanie describes her mother's battle with cancer as the biggest race of her life. One of the most decorated athletes in Philippine sports, De Vega amassed 15 gold medals across multiple international competitions, including 9 from the Southeast Asian Games alone. De Vega was a 2-time Olympian and joined the quest for the Philippines' gold medal in 1984 and 1988. De Vega retired in 1994 at 30. Since stepping away from the limelight, De Vega settled for a quiet life as a coach based in Singapore. De Vega made one of her last major public appearances at the Philippines' hosting of the 2019 SEA Games, where she was one of the country's flag bearers alongside fellow legends like Efren Bata Reyes, Baeng Nepomuceno, and Eric Buhain. Drag Race Philippines releases its official trailer on Thursday, August 11. In the trailer, there's a sneak peek at host Paulo Ballesteros' looks and the 12 competing queens on the runway. The show also announces its rotating panel of judges: fashion photographer BJ Pascual, comedian John Santos, and designer Rahul Laurel. They will be on the panel alongside main judges Drag Race star Jiggly Caliente and celebrity impersonator Kalad Karen. Drag Race Philippines premieres on August 17. It will be available on streaming platforms Discovery Plus, WOW Plus Presents, and HBO Go.